Are you tired of the endless cycle of failed flings and fleeting romances? Do you find yourself craving the stability and depth of a long-term, committed partnership? If so, you're not alone. Many people reach a point in their lives where they're ready to trade in the thrill of casual dating for the security and fulfillment of a serious relationship. But here's the thing. Not everyone who desires a committed relationship is truly prepared for the challenges and responsibilities that come with it. Diving headfirst into a serious commitment without the necessary emotional maturity and self-awareness can lead to heartbreak, resentment, and the unraveling of what could have been a beautiful bond. In this video, we'll explore the essential signs that indicate you're ready to take the leap into a serious, long-lasting relationship. From emotional stability and communication skills to the ability to navigate conflict and compromise, we'll unpack the key qualities that distinguish those who are primed for relationship success from those who may need a little more time to grow. So, if you're ready to embark on the journey towards lasting love, buckle up. This ride is about to get real. 1. You have a solid sense of self. One of the hallmarks of relationship readiness is a strong, well-developed sense of self. This means you have a clear understanding of your own values, needs, and boundaries, and you're unwavering in your commitment to honoring them. When you've cultivated a solid sense of self, you're less likely to get swept up in the whirlwind of a new romance and lose sight of who you are. Instead, you'll approach a serious relationship with a strong foundation of self-knowledge and self-acceptance, which allows you to show up authentically and set healthy boundaries. Additionally, having a firm grasp on your identity and priorities means you're less likely to make compromises that go against your core beliefs and desires. You'll be able to navigate the inevitable challenges and adjustments of a committed partnership without losing touch with the essence of who you are. Ultimately, a mature, self-assured individual is better equipped to contribute to a healthy, balanced relationship. They're not seeking to complete themselves through their partner, but rather to enhance and complement each other's lives. 2. You've cultivated emotional stability. Emotional stability is another crucial component of relationship readiness. This means you've done the inner work to understand and manage your emotions, rather than letting them dictate your actions and reactions. When you're emotionally stable, you're able to navigate the ups and downs of a serious relationship without succumbing to the extremes of volatility or apathy. You can handle the inevitable frustrations, conflicts, and disappointments that arise without spiraling into irrational outbursts or shutting down entirely. Moreover, emotional stability allows you to approach your partner with empathy, compassion, and a willingness to communicate openly about your feelings. You're not ruled by insecurity, jealousy, or the need for constant validation. Instead, you're secure enough in yourself to weather the storms of a committed partnership. Cultivating emotional stability is an ongoing process, and it's important to be honest with yourself about where you stand. If you find that your emotions tend to veer wildly from one extreme to the other, or if you struggle to articulate and regulate your feelings, it may be worth taking a step back from serious relationships until you've had a chance to do some personal growth work. 3. You're capable of compromise. In any serious relationship, the ability to compromise is essential. After all, you're no longer operating in a vacuum. Your decisions and actions now have a direct impact on your partner's life, and vice versa. Being ready for a committed partnership means you've developed the emotional maturity to recognize that your needs and desires don't always take precedence. You're willing to meet your partner halfway, finding creative solutions that satisfy both of your interests and priorities. This doesn't mean you have to give up everything that's important to you. Rather, it's about finding a balance, understanding where you can be flexible and where you need to stand firm, all while keeping the health and harmony of the relationship as your guiding principle. Compromise also extends to the practical aspects of a relationship, such as how you manage finances, divide household responsibilities, or make decisions about the future. A relationship-ready individual is adept at navigating these logistical challenges with a spirit of collaboration and compromise, rather than trying to impose their will unilaterally. Ultimately, the ability to compromise is a hallmark of emotional intelligence and a key predictor of relationship success. It's a skill that requires constant practice, but the payoff is a partnership built on mutual respect, understanding, and a shared commitment to each other's well-being. 4. You communicate effectively. Effective communication is the lifeblood of any serious, long-term relationship. It's the foundation upon which trust, intimacy, and mutual understanding are built. When you're ready for a committed partnership, You've honed your communication skills to the point where you can express your thoughts, feelings, and needs clearly and constructively. You're not afraid to have difficult conversations, and you're equally skilled at listening and validating your partner's perspective. Moreover, you understand the importance of active listening, the ability to focus intently on what your partner is saying, without formulating your own response in your head. This skill allows you to truly understand and empathize with your partner's point of view, paving the way for productive problem-solving and conflict resolution. Additionally, a relationship-ready individual is adept at using I statements to convey their needs and concerns, rather than resorting to accusatory you language. This subtle shift in communication style can make all the difference in keeping discussions constructive and productive, rather than devolving into blame and defensiveness. Effective communication is an art form, and it's one that requires constant practice and refinement. But the payoff is immense when you and your partner are on the same wavelength, able to express yourselves openly and honestly. The foundation for a truly fulfilling, lasting relationship is firmly in place. 5. You're comfortable with vulnerability. Vulnerability is often seen as a sign of weakness, but in the context of a serious relationship, it's a strength. Being able to open up, share your deepest thoughts and emotions, and trust your partner with your authentic self is a hallmark of emotional maturity and relationship readiness. When you're truly ready for a committed partnership, you've cultivated the self-awareness and courage to be vulnerable without fear of rejection or judgment. You understand that true intimacy can only be achieved when both partners are willing to take off their emotional armor and show up authentically. This vulnerability extends beyond just emotional openness. It also means being willing to admit when you're struggling, to ask for help, and to acknowledge your flaws and imperfections. A relationship-ready individual knows that perfection is an illusion, and that the true beauty of a partnership lies in the messy, imperfect process of growth and discovery. Embracing vulnerability also requires a high degree of trust in your partner. You need to feel secure in the knowledge that they will treat your open-heartedness with the care and respect it deserves, creating a safe space for you both to be vulnerable and authentic. Ultimately, the ability to be vulnerable is a sign of strength, not weakness. It's a testament to your self-assurance, your emotional intelligence, and your readiness to take the leap into a serious, committed relationship. 6. You understand the importance of independence. While a serious relationship requires a significant investment of time, energy, and emotional resources, it's crucial that you don't lose sight of your own individual identity and needs. A relationship-ready individual understands the delicate balance between togetherness and independence. This means maintaining your own hobbies, friendships, and personal pursuits, even as you deepen your commitment to your partner. It's about recognizing that your identity and fulfillment shouldn't be solely dependent on your relationship, but rather should be rooted in a strong sense of self. When you're ready for a serious relationship, you won't feel the need to sacrifice your autonomy or neglect your own needs in order to make your partner happy. Instead, you'll approach the partnership with a secure, confident mindset, understanding that your individual growth and happiness are just as important as the growth and happiness of the relationship. Maintaining this healthy sense of independence doesn't mean you'll be any less invested in your partner or the relationship. In fact, it's often those who are secure in their own identity who are best equipped to truly show up for their partner and contribute to a thriving, balanced partnership. Ultimately, the ability to strike this delicate balance between togetherness and independence is a hallmark of emotional maturity and relationship readiness. It's a sign that you're ready to commit to a serious partnership without losing sight of who you are. 7. You have a healthy approach to conflict. Conflict is an inevitable part of any serious relationship, and a relationship-ready individual understands that it's not inherently a bad thing. In fact, when approached with the right mindset and skills, conflict can be an opportunity for growth, understanding, and strengthening the bond between partners. When you're ready for a committed partnership, you've developed the emotional intelligence to navigate conflict in a constructive, productive manner. You're not afraid to have difficult conversations, but you do so with empathy, active listening, and a genuine desire to find mutually satisfactory solutions. This means avoiding the temptation to sweep problems under the rug, or to let resentments fester until they explode in an unproductive outburst. Instead, you're willing to address issues as they arise, using I statements to convey your concerns and actively seeking to understand your partner's perspective. Moreover, a relationship-ready individual understands the importance of compromise and mutual concession. They don't approach conflict as a battle to be won, but rather as a collaborative effort to find common ground and strengthen the relationship. Ultimately, the ability to handle conflict in a healthy, constructive way is a hallmark of emotional maturity and a strong indicator of relationship readiness. It's a skill that requires constant practice, but the payoff is a partnership built on mutual respect, trust, and a shared commitment to each other's growth and well-being. Don't rush into it. Take your time. As you've no doubt gathered by now, the journey towards relationship readiness is a deeply personal one, marked by self-discovery, emotional growth, and the cultivation of essential skills and qualities. It's important to remember that there's no one-size-fits-all timeline or checklist for when you'll be ready for a serious commitment. Some people may reach this point earlier in life, while others may take more time to cultivate the necessary emotional maturity and self-awareness. The key is to resist the temptation to rush into a serious relationship before you've truly reached that state of readiness. Doing so can lead to heartbreak, resentment, and the unraveling of what could have been a beautiful partnership. Instead, take the time to honestly assess where you stand on the spectrum of relationship readiness. Explore the signs we've outlined in this article, and be honest with yourself about the areas where you may need to do some additional personal growth work. Remember, the foundations of a healthy, thriving relationship aren't built in a day. They're the product of consistent effort, introspection, and a deep commitment to your own emotional well-being. So, don't be afraid to take your time. Embrace the journey of self-discovery, and trust that when the time is right, the right partner will come along, one who is equally prepared to embark on the adventure of a serious, committed relationship.